Welcome to Area of Planes with Part 2. Here we discuss area of parallelogram, area of triangle, area of trapezium. So a parallelogram is basically a rectangle that has been, each of these angles 90 degrees, here 90 degrees, and so on, 90, 90, 90. But a parallelogram is now pushed. It's pushed from this side, pushed this way. So a parallelogram can look like this. So that's a parallelogram. It's basically a rectangle, but it has been tilted sideways, so the angle is no longer 90 degrees. It's no longer standing. It's no longer a straight line. So now this is the base. Obviously the base is here, then here too is the base, and then here is also parallel to here. So here is parallel to here. These are both parallel, and then they have the same length. Parallel, parallel. Then having the same length, having the same length with this. So when we are working out the area, we need the vertical height. We need this vertical height here. Or sometimes you can see it in text. Sometimes the parallelogram may also look like this. So that's also a parallelogram. And then you may have the vertical height this way. Depending then, probably here is now the base, and also here base. Then, or you could stand this way. Now, for the vertical height, sometimes they can make a tiny dot this way, and then this way, and put 90 degrees. So this will be the height, and the base still will be the base. So area of a trapezium, the area will be what? Base times height. Now when I say height, this perpendicular height, times which. Now a triangle is just half of a parallelogram. Meaning if you have a parallelogram this way, and you decide to half it from the diagonal, so this gives a triangle. This is a triangle. So this is a triangle. This is another triangle. This one is a triangle. This one. So that means area should be half times these two, base times height. So area of a triangle is half base times height. Now for a trapezium could look this way. This is an isosceles trapezium. I won't go into details. Then again, we need the vertical height. This vertical height. Now this is 90 degrees. So, or the trapezium could look this way. So again, this is the vertical height, like right. Basically, this looks like a bus or probably a van. Notice this is like a bus. If I were to manufacture tires and put there, so this would be the top, like the van top. This will be the height of the van from here to here, and then this will be the under. So when we are calculating the area will be what? Half of add the top plus the under, then multiply by the what? Height. So we add the top with the under, we get an answer, then we multiply by the height. So let's look at some examples. So let's calculate the areas of these shapes. So the first one is a parallelogram. So area will be the base times height. The base is 7 centimeters. So area will be 7 centimeters multiplied by the vertical height or perpendicular height, that is 5 centimeters. So the area should be 7 multiplied by 5, 35, and centimeter multiplied by centimeter squared. And that's the answer. And the second one, the area is, this will be the base here, since the perpendicular height is here. So the base should be 8 centimeters, base times height. Area should give us 8 centimeters multiplied. Don't use this. This will not be the base, since the perpendicular height is already included here. Meaning here is the base. If you rotate it, times 2 centimeters, not this 3, don't pick this 3. So the area is what? 8 times 2, 16 centimeters squared. Let's go with the last one. The area is again base times height. The area equals, now the base now is given, this is the vertical height, so we are multiplying the two, 15 centimeters multiplied by 6 centimeters. So the area equals 15 times 6, that should be 20 centimeters squared. Now this is a triangle. Remember we said triangle is half of parallelogram, so area will be half times base times height, and this is the base 9, this is the perpendicular height. So area is equal to half times 9 centimeters multiplied by 4 centimeters. So the area should be, and the 2 will divide into 4, that means you have 9 times 4 centimeters squared. So the area should be 18 centimeters squared. And this area is equal to the base, written here is the base, half again times base times height. So the area should be half times 8 times 6, or in centimeters squared. So 2 can take care of probably 6 and 8, and so it will be 4. So the area should be 4 times 6 centimeters squared, and the area equals 24 centimeters squared. And then this last one, you can work for the other trapezium also. Area should be half, add top and under, then multiply by the height. So area will be half, the top is 5, the under is 9, so we have 5 plus 9 multiplied by don't mind, since we are adding here, it should give us just a single centimeter. So the area is half into 5 plus 9, 14, multiplied by 4 centimeters squared. So these two can take care of 4, we have 2. So area will give us 14 multiplied by 2 centimeters squared. So area is equal to 28 centimeters squared. Alright, now mind you, you can also be given the area and asked to find any of the easy side. For example, if I give you this and tell you that area is 54, and tell you that the base is 6 centimeters, and I said what is the vertical height? Height is unknown. And then so since the area is 54, you start by area is equal to half times base times height. And here you put your 54 for the area is equal to half times 6 times 8. So these two can take care of the 6. So 54 is equal to, this will be 3. 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is 3/8. Now what can we multiply with 3 to get 54? So 54, we do division the opposite. Divide by 3 to give 8. So 8 is equal to 1 here, 3 here, 1. We have remainder 2, 24, 18. So 8 is 18 centimeters. Don't put square, it's only area that we put square. Alright, so you can do the same for the other ones. Just take care. Bye.